From the News Talk STL studios in St. Louis, it's the Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. Tonight, the best flat top in the state, Byron Keelin of Freedom Principle, Missouri. The best new live music venues with Joel Oken. And the Right Mind Studio Band, Mitch Murphy and the Murphy Tones. Now, putting the fun in your dysfunctional world, here's your host, Todd Showalter.
The Love Boat. Remember that? The Love Boat.
Yeah, get out of the way, whales.
Captain Stubby. Remember him, the bald guy? I think they all drowned.
Hey, bartender.
Yeah, you know what? It is freezing here, but you, my friend, sailing around in the Caribbean, fighting off Somali and pirates and God knows what else. How are things with you in paradise?
Yeah, I'm currently on the cruise right now, but I want to let you know that I had a really rough week. I made it intentionally very hard, very bad the week before so that the vacation would be even better. I actually ordered a brand new mattress off of Amazon, and they vacuum pack it. They suck it off, and then they mail it to you. And what happened was I had it all rolled up on the bed in the, what is that, like ding-dong style, Twinkie style?
Yeah,
ding-dong.
something like that.
Swiss roll style.
It's a Virgin, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm on a Virgin cruise right now.
Right,
But the week before, I had a really rough go of it because I bought a brand new mattress off Amazon, and they have it all shrink-wrapped like a Swiss roll.
Right, yeah.
And I was opening up the mattress with the letter opener. It's plastic wrap. So you're supposed to run the letter opener along the side of it so that it can pop open.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't reach all the way across the mattress. So I mounted this sucker, this Swiss roll, this plastic wrap Swiss roll. And then as I get to the very end, the mattress flips open, explodes on me, shoves me up against the wall.
No
the
way.
letter opener goes flying across the room.
Danger, Will Robinson.
And my girlfriend is actually in the basement at work because she works from home. And I was just laughing, knowing how great of a story this is going to be when I tell her, because she could have let me die.
She could have let you die.
My mouth was squished up against the wall between this mattress and the wall.
I mean, are you okay? Was there any blood or fluid spilled?
If the letter opener that they give you to unzip this plastic had been a foot to the right.
Yeah.
They always say inches to make you feel better, but
something like that.
If it was a foot to the right, it would have gone into my eyeball and it would have been detached retina town.
You could have been just like me, and then I could have shared all my crap that you had to do to be face down. Now, was this like a Temu mattress? Because do you ever buy anything off a Temu?
Now, I tried to order a mattress with the least amount of consecutive consonants. If you notice that this China crap on Amazon, I did go through Amazon, but the China crap will have words that don't even end up being words. They try and fake it. You know, instead of shirt, it would be like CHIRRRDT or something. Okay. So I got one that looked like it said, cloud leaf, and all the words were spelled correctly. Except Leaf had 2 Fs.
Oh, yeah.
So it seemed like the least China crap of all the mattresses I could have bought. Great deal. It was like $150.
I'll be gosh darned. But it was all shrink wrapped and everything. And so do you buy all of your stuff? Because you ever buy clothes that have that, like where they're like, they come to you and like it looks like they're in an envelope the size of something you could put a postage stamp on. But like you said, when you cut that thing open, it just pops open. It's kind of like magic in a certain way, isn't it?
It's very much like magic, which you are an expert at based on the scarves that you wear every day.
I do wear scarves, and as Ethan says, the sales guy, Ethan, I think he's kind of jealous of my scarves. Do you think so? Because
100%.
He always seems to bring them up. It's not like even in a flattering way. He's like, look who has another scarf on today. Do you think maybe we should just, if on this cruise, when you get off the boat, and because they don't leave you alone, okay? As soon as you get off the boat, they're waiting for you, and they're trying to sell you crap, whether it's a monkey head, which I hope you're getting me a new monkey head, because you know how much I like monkey heads. But I bet you they have a scarf, like somewhere. You're going to Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Puerto Rican scarves. I mean, they're perfect for the winter time. See if they've got a Puerto Rican scarf you can bring back for Ethan so he'll just shut up about mine.
Yeah, he is someone who actually will insult you if he sees something that he likes about you. So he sees the scarf, he wants it, and he's trying to say, oh, that's so ugly, you should throw that away.
Yeah.
And then he's going to pick it out of the trash. Same with your gray hairs. He wants you to pluck it because he's actually got a male pattern situation.
Yeah, right.
And he wants you to pluck your gray hair, leave it in the trash so he can actually take it to his hairman in Turkey and then have it implanted into his head.
Oh, I got it. That's not a bad idea. I only have like one gray hair, don't I?
And he wants it so bad.
I guess so. It's that one, and the thing is, it's the only thing that it makes me feel semi-mature is that I have this one gray hair, and he is obsessed. He's not only, between my scarf and my gray hair. What does this tell you about this person? I mean, and he's
Child abuse growing up.
I think it is too. Well, he grew up in a coal mine, didn't he? I mean, didn't he? His dad was a coal miner, and
he's got a touch of the lung cancer. Doesn't have time to go, and he's trying to leave a good-looking corpse by getting your scarf.
I think that's what it is. How's a buffet? Is a buffet good? Is that what they call it, or is it a buffet? A buffet, a buffet? What do you call it?
Well, on this cruise, the Virgin is so elevated, it's actually way better than the slumlords over at Carnival. That it's all sit down. It's got waiters. There's no buffet.
Yeah.
They took real good care of you.
Really?
And they'll even cook with some experimental science stuff that's not even allowed to the mass public yet. They do testing for foods that haven't been given the FDA check mark yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll do things where it's like, oh, mouth? No, we're post-mouth in the future. Let's do keister.
Oh, nice.
Keister in, mouth out.
Love it. Have you met the captain yet?
Oh, I'm the captain now.
You're the captain now.
Somali pirate came on board. I did blackface, and now I'm one of them.
Oh, I bet if you do blackface, and you could be part of one of the shows, I bet that'd go over real well.
Yeah, hopefully that you get this whole Somali thing in Minnesota figured out by the time I get back.
Oh, I will. Don't you know about it? Because what I'm doing, they have their daycare centers that they spell the names wrong. I'm going to open they're going to be like colleges, okay? Because I'm moving straight to the chase.
There's more money in colleges.
There's more money, and I tell you what, they're just as stupid in college now as they are in daycare, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go for the tuition and the big cash. That's what I'm doing.
I love that. Yeah, Trump took all the money away from Harvard, and now he's going to give it to Showalter U.
You can start a college. It's just easy. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. It's just like an LLC, and you start, coming in here. I mean, like on 270, there's like the University of Phoenix, the University of Arizona, the University of I think it's like Des Moines, Mississippi, or something like that. I mean, everybody has a college.
They spell Phoenix wrong on theirs too. It's got a PH on it.
What the heck is that about? You think
no F at all.
What the F are they talking about? And learn how to spell Phoenix, why don't you? Well,
Show me you. That'll be yours, and it'll spell like your name,
right.
SCHOW, and Show Me You. It'll be a Missouri-based college up in Minneapolis.
Yeah, right.
And they'll say, oh, it's spelled wrong. And then they see who's the figurehead.
Then they'll say, oh, it all makes sense. And I'll say, what's the big thing that you study at Show Me You? I'll say, show me yours. Get it?
Word bubbles.
Word bubbles. That's all there is to it. Well, I hope you're having a good time on this boat, and I hope that nobody drowns. There won't be any icebergs, I'm sure.
No, not at all. And there is this thing that people like to do on these poor cruises, awful cruises. There's these people who go around and they hide rubber ducks for some reason.
What?
They think it's fun to hide these little rubber ducks all over the place. Like, you've been ducked. Oh, isn't that great? None of that. That's just littering. That's just littering, right? They'll have little inspirational messages on the bottom
boat?
of the duck, and they leave them all over in the arcade and at the buffet for you to find, in the library, in the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting room.
Yeah.
It's just like, quit littering your crap all over the place.
They really leave ducks. I thought the Jeep people did that.
The Jeep people don't have their Jeeps on the boat, so they leave them all over the boat.
Why do people? The Jeep? Seriously though, I just learned this.
I don't know why these Jeep people do this.
I've always thought it was stupid. I mean, having a Jeep to begin, unless you're like 2 and you're into Tonka trucks. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess that's neat. But I mean, they only have like what? These little rubber ducks all over their dashboard. What the hell is that all about?
And if you don't accept them, you look like a big meanie.
What do you mean accept them?
Yeah, if you drive a Jeep and someone leaves one on your side view mirror, you have to actually display it on your dashboard until you die.
Why?
Because that person put a tracking device in there, and they know that if you throw the duck in the trash, that they're going to have to run you off the road because you didn't accept their friendship.
This is just another reason I'm not ever going to drive a Jeep.
Usually Jamie Allman here at the station, he is not into anything that's a trend, but I've seen his Jeep that he drives. He's got some ducks on there because he knows someone's after him.
He has like about 20 cartons of smoked cigarettes in there too. Because at one time we went what did we go peeking in his car for that one time? Well, what were we doing? Were we
looking for the bodies? Yeah,
we were breaking
trying
in
to find his
something.
Twitter account. He says he doesn't have one anymore.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Crazy. Well, I hope you have a good time, and tell the captain hi for me, and try not to do anything that I wouldn't do.
Yeah, I think
actually you should.
When the Somalis board us, and I'll be in the blackface, it's not going to be offensive because it's actually Martin Luther King Day is when that happened.
Oh,
so that's how we celebrate. We all go on vacation, we put on our blackface, and then the Somalis just happen to attack back, and then they got confused and thought I was the captain now.
And then you could just start running around screaming, I have a dream, I have a dream, and I have a dream that you would just leave me alone. Maybe they will. You know the thing about Somalian pirates?
No. What is it? What is the thing about them?
They're
afraid of water. None
can't-
of them can swim. Did you know that about these Somali pirates?
Well, not only that, they don't say R because their learning sign doesn't have an R in it, I don't think. Or is it an N?
I was at the Chinese people when they're like fa ra 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 ra.
Fa, wa, wa. No, that's when Chinese people sing Christmas carols.
Yes. If you've ever seen Somali pirates try to board one of these big shipping container boats, they've got these fire hydrants right there, and they just spray them down, and they fall in the water, and then it's like flicking ants off of a log or something.
Which can be a lot of fun. So, if you do this, we take some pictures and
of
maybe
course, when we get boarded by the Somalis.
Look, here's another one. Boop, there he goes, like flying off into the Gulf of America.
You lost one, Tim Walls. What are you doing?
Tim Walls, what a crazy guy.
He almost made it
guy
to America.
I tell you, and you ever like
Tampon's also afraid of water.
Well, it's just it. Well, you think about what does this guy have going for him? He's known for like tampons and being a loser. I mean, what a legacy is that to leave? And from Minnesota, don't you know?
And he was almost vice president, wasn't he?
Can you imagine dodging that bullet? Can you imagine if Cackles and him were like running the damn country right now? I'd be, where I would be, don't you? I'd be on a Somalian pirate boat with you down in the Gulf of America trying to find old Ethan a damn scarf from Puerto Rico.
Ah, beautiful.
Oh,
Tied it all together.
I tried to. Okay, well, hey, you know what? We got a big show when we come back. Joey's on the boat. I'm not, but when we do come back, it'll be a lot of fun on dry land. In the meantime, I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy who's trying to float Joey out there in the Gulf of America. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, live music lover Joel Oken. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who likes his pork like he likes his heavy metal. Shredded. Todd Showalter.
Hey, we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy Joey V, and my other good buddy on the line right now, Joel Oken, the man behind the St. Louis entertainment scene, in my opinion. How are you, my friend?
The Don King of St. Louis,
the
best
Don
promoter.
King. That's right, Don King.
Better hair. Never curb stomped a guy though, I don't think. But
did you ever?
Maybe.
Did you ever curb stomp somebody? Did you do that, Joel?
I'm good. How are you guys? Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you also, my friend. Well, I feel bad because, I'm Mr. Nightlife and things like that. And I meant to go see Voodoo Talking Heads on January 2nd. And, gosh, well, one thing came up. I think I was prepping for my colonoscopy or something. No, I wasn't. I missed it. I missed it. And you said it was a great show. You urged me to go. I missed that one, but you said there's other shows coming up. So let's jump into the upcoming shows.
So they've got some amazing upcoming shows. Voodoo Blues Brothers, which is on the 14th, is one of my favorites.
Okay.
They actually they dress up and they do the whole thing like the Blues Brothers, and they put the chicken wire up and everything. It's been such a blast over the years. I mean, but they've got all kinds of stuff. They've got Bob Marley's birthday show, Fish, Ween, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Avett Brothers, Allman Brothers, Rolling Stones, and Pearl Jam all in the next couple months.
And this is like one group. You said that you're going to have them come. We're going to be. Go ahead.
So it's actually 40-plus musicians from St. Louis, and a lot of these guys. Some of them have played at El Monstero. Some of them have played with Big Mike and the blues guys down, in the blues scene. Some of them are just in the jam band scene as well. And then you've got like the Aaron Cam guys and all these other people. So all these different bands that are from St. Louis, you've got drummers, bass players, etc., and you've got guys that are, specialize in reggae and bluegrass and everything, and they all come together and they do these different shows, and it's amazing.
Wow, I didn't know anything about that. I didn't realize there were a bunch of different bands. I thought there was just one band that did this.
So Sean Cannon is the anchor, and he is the one, and so he's been doing this. We're looking at least 11 years now, and what he does is he brings the best of the people in town together. As an example, for Stevie Ray Vaughan, you're going to see some of the best, guitarists in that genre. to be able to play like, people like, Big Mike or Eric LaSalle or, a bunch of different people. And I'm not sure who all the lineups are every week, so don't quote me on who's playing what, but that's the whole thing of what he does. And it's an amazing thing.
No, it sounds like it. And are these all at the pageant done in?
So no. The weekly shows are actually at Atomic by JMO in Tower Grove.
Okay.
So Wednesday nights, Saturday.
Are you okay?
Nights,
I thought maybe you were being abducted there for a second. You okay?
Oh no! I just had something distract me for 1 second. But no. So Wednesday nights and Saturday nights at Atomic by JMO down in Tower Grove. And, you can find them at, like SeanCannonVoodooPlayers.com or their Facebook page, that kind of stuff with the full list. But, I mean, it is amazing. And they do everything from Tom Petty to Fish to Talking Heads, as you mentioned. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is unreal. And you can find their lineup on Facebook. He's got a big page.
Okay. Well, you promoted. I mean, you've been a big supporter of them. I mean, you're always telling me, what the next show they have is that's coming up. What do you know of any? What other performers are coming to St. Louis? Do you know?
Oh well, we've got Daniel Donato and the Cosmic Country coming to the Sovereign. I think January 30th.
Okay.
Is what I saw, which is an amazing show. And if you enjoy both, the country style as well as the jam band, little Grateful Dead type stuff in there, lots of grooving music, a lot of fun. And then this weekend, we've got local Maddie Shell, who used to be in the River Kittens. She's doing a show Saturday night, and Jackson Stokes is opening, who is also a local artist. And these guys are all on Devin Allman's label.
Okay. What?
Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff going on.
All right. What as far as like, have you heard about this place out in Chesterfield? I think that's what it is. It's a big venue where all
the factory.
Well, no, not the factory. This is like a rehearsal hall type of thing, where a lot of the performers are coming in. Since it's based right in the middle of the country, a lot of these big groups that are doing huge tours and stuff like that will come there just to rehearse.
They practice their live event, the stage show that they're going to do on their concert tours.
Right. Do you know anything about this, Joel? I mean,
I do. I know that some of the local. People are involved in that, and a lot of it is based because we are in the center. Some of the people that used to go out, that still go out, but when they first started going out and doing all the videos for like the Nugs and all of the, the concert footage where you can live stream and all that, the groups that started were based out of here. And like myself and Aaron Cam and some of these other people that are at the time were pretty big in what was going on, we were involved in helping them train and figure out and what to do. We used the old Atomic to actually train these guys to go out right before the Fish summer tour a few years before COVID. Mm-hmm. So that stuff's been going on behind the scenes for many years here.
Can you go out there and actually watch, just see a show? I mean, watch it, because that'd be kind of neat just to see somebody. It's kind of when you see comedians get practice their material.
It's not open to the public because the whole point is they're getting all their kinks and stuff out.
Yeah, right. But that could be kind of the fun. I mean, I don't know. I like that.
Well, it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is definitely fun, but the kicker is it's a lot of work because that's where they're stopping in the middle and figuring out. And this is also where guys are figuring out, this transition doesn't work between this song to that song. This one does. And sometimes it's friendly and sometimes there's a little heated between the guys. It just depends on what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen bands yell and scream at each other at those things, and I've seen bands just have the most wonderful afternoon.
Yeah. Well, you may have been there. But it was like I'm trying to think of what year it was. It was at Riverport or wherever they call it, Hollywood Casino now. I mean, they change the name every week.
It'll be Riverport to us forever.
Yeah, always Riverport. But I remember like Aerosmith. I was at that concert. They were filming their big ones. It was at the Big Ones tour, and they were filming their video for it. And Steven Tyler Tyler, in the middle of the song, would stop and explain, okay, we're filming this for whatever.
Right.
And he'd start over and do it again. And it was some people weren't happy with it. I thought it was really cool. I mean, it was kind of neat to see them, kind of say, okay, we screwed this up. We're going to try this again. I mean, so I thought it'd be kind of neat to see some of these guys, if they're just kind of, not all polished and everything like that. So I don't know. Maybe
I'm with you too, because I like seeing the guys in their natural element more so as well. But again, it's not necessarily something every artist wants to do with the fans.
Yeah.
Because they are trying to figure out the last minute adjustments. And I mean, we can joke and whatever, but like the Grateful Dead, was all trial by error on stage. And people these days, and we'll just use Taylor Swift as the example, she goes in polished, ready to go.
Yeah, I think
so
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I'm just but some people want that. I mean, think about it this way: the people paying for the concert experience, some want a perfect experience. Not that anything is perfect in this world.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know what I mean. So I mean, I've seen, hey, there was that time, I think I told you, Tom Petty had the sound go wrong in Pittsburgh or whatever.
Right.
And all that, I mean, so that group that night got a really weird story to tell. You know what I mean? And
Well, let me ask you this, because you're the inside guy on all this stuff. You see all these guys that I don't know if they're just trying to keep the money train going or what, but there's some people that I think just ought to give it up, and that's just me. I just think so. You see Paul McCartney still out there. You see Paul Simon. You see a bunch of these people, and I got to be honest. I mean, I haven't seen them perform, but I remember I saw. Elton John had his big farewell thing at Dodger, out in L.A., Dodger Stadium, and it was bad. And I'm like, this guy. I mean, it was okay, like a few songs here and there, but what a way to go out. Do you think we got some people out there, Joel, that maybe keep it to some smaller clubs or something like that just should hang it up?
I mean, here's the thing. A lot of these are like. And let's go back to the Who. Every time they did a farewell tour, right?
Right.
But this is one of those things where these guys, it's their last hurrah. And I'm with you. Elton did not sound his best. I thought his the big piano tour, or whatever, when he did that thing in Vegas, was actually way, way better and should have been his final, if anything, national, whatever. But they want to do it until they can't. I mean, look at Mick Jagger, look at Jerry Garcia, look at all these guys that get old and whatever, and then they keel over on stage, or they keel over during a tour or whatever, because they never want to give up.
Yeah,
it's not about the money. They love playing so much they never want to stop.
Yeah.
That's truly. And I will tell you, there are a few where you're talking about the money train, but you got to think about it this way. And let's look at any band: 5 members. 5 families, 3 generations of grandchildren and all that. They're trying to provide for their families.
Yeah.
So that's their mindset. It's not about the gravy train. It's about life. And, we tend to forget about that a little bit because they're entertaining us, but they've got families and doing the same thing we are.
Get out there, Grandpa. I need a new Game Boy or something like that. I got you.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? But people don't realize that. People don't think about that a lot. But that's one thing. I mean, I've been very fortunate to have been involved with some of these guys, working with them very intimately in close quarters, understanding who they are, getting to know their families, playing with the kids on the sidelines when they're little on the sides of the stage, keeping them busy while the guys are even playing in the band during the show.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of different things, and I'll tell you what, everybody's the same. They just want to keep going until they can't. And it's just like these baseball and basketball and football players.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, right.
They can't. This is their life. This is what they love. This is who they are. This is what they do.
Right. Well, I think it's better to go out on top, though. That's why I think I peaked when I was 12 years old.
It's better to burn out than to fade away, I believe is the quote, right?
I think that's a good... You didn't write that. Did you write that? Or did
I definitely did not.
Joey, you didn't write that, did you? Joey's over here wondering if he wrote it. Wow. Eddie, okay, so you got the Sovereign going on. I mean, so how's that going? I mean, what big...
They've been great. Oh, my God. Everybody's had such a good time. Everybody's enjoying the shows. Like I said, January 30th, that's the next one I'm looking forward to. But let's talk a little bit about Save-On, too.
Let's do it. We're going to do it. We're going to pivot back there because you are the master of Save-On. Tell us what's going on there and what you got any classes coming up, any big events?
Yeah, we do. We've got a wine class coming up on Thursday, January 22nd in Chesterfield, and it's Better For You wine. So it's focusing on the more organic blends and the more organic grapes and things like that, the less sulfides and all that. We've got a few different brands, and that's actually going to be a fun night. Got a lot of different things to enjoy there. We're also giving, because of Super Bowl and football and stuff, we're giving all kinds of coolers and all kinds of stuff away that we have, for everybody before Super Bowl weekend. So if you come down to any of our tastings, we've got one with Bullet. We're giving a giant cooler away with that. We've got another one with Bacardi, and we've got a giant Kula cooler, which, to be honest with you, this is even better than the Yeti. So this is like the one cooler. If I wanted one, I would try to win this one. Mm-hmm. But we've got some really cool stuff we're doing. And then we also have, Weller, the bourbon people, just came out with what they call the Millennium Blend. 3 years that they were the number one, bourbon of the year, 2001, 2003, 2006. And they put this special blend together in a box, and it's worth like a few $1,000s or whatever. But we're doing a drawing and a raffle. If you go into either Chesterfield or Twin Oaks, and you can check it out, but it's $50 an entry, and you get a chance to win a $10,000 bottle.
Wow. Okay. And that's all going on right now?
Yeah, it's all going on right now. Going to any of the Save-On Liquors in Missouri, Chesterfield in the Valley next to Amini's, or Twin Oaks over here by Aldi's, as you well know. And then we've got the 8 locations in Illinois. But go into any of them or go on our Facebook, or Instagram, and all the details are there.
That sounds great. Okay, well, I don't know. Do you ever get a chance to sleep? It sounds like you're moving 24 hours a day. Do you ever?
Between 3 and 6, I'm.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because you said don't call me between 3 and 6. That's when I'm sleeping. Right. Gotcha. Yeah. Well,
hey, we need to get out. Why don't the three, at least the two of us, but we need to get out and get you guys to a voodoo show, because that's something that we need to do.
I want to do it. I want to do it. I tell you what, and I really wanted, because I'm a big Talking Heads fan, and I really wanted to go see that one. And
well, they do that every year, so that next year you'll be for that too. So
okay. Well, I'm taking you up on this, my friend. Okay.
My pleasure, my treat. Anytime.
All right, my friend. Well, we'll do it again soon. I look forward to talking with you, and I will see you soon. So, in the meantime,
you guys, all righty.
You take care. Okay.
Day.
All right.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, getting rid of red tape with Byron Keelin of Freedom Principle, Missouri. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man whose elections never last longer than 24 hours, Todd Showalter.
And we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey B. And on the line now, can't believe it. It's been so long since we've had him on to talk about freedom principle and the whole state of the world as it stands. It is Byron Keelin. How are you, my friend?
I am doing well. Could go for a little bit warmer weather. Could go for the 60-degree weather that we had just a couple of days ago. That'd be really nice. But
it's because of that Alberta Clipper mixing with that southerly flow that's going to cause some funnel action and maybe some traffic congestion over Detroit.
Oh, Todd's rolling up his sleeves,
Here
Steve Templeton
go.
style.
Yeah. Steve Templeton. I don't have the hair gel.
Head to the basement. There's going to be a Clipper. That's a full-size boat.
It's an Alberta
It's coming our way.
Alberta Clipper. Thank you very much, Byron. How are you? What's going on? I read your Facebook post and all the other stuff that you put out there, and you're kind of like the mission control of our Missouri government here when it comes to things being the enforcer. We had Dave Wassinger on not too long ago, and so we get these people on, but you, my friend, are kind of like the guy. You kind of set everybody straight. So what's happening here now?
Well, we're trying to hold the Republicans accountable for, what they say that they're going to do. And, we're trying to make sure that when we advocate down in Jefferson City is that the citizens' point of view is represented, because, the special interest groups and the dark money groups, particularly in D.C., they get all the attention and things. And we see the things like Josh Hawley, supporting the Democrats on trying to limit Trump with Venezuela. And it's like, why are you doing this? There's no benefit to joining the Democrats on anything when you know that they're just doing it because they have TDS. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we see Mark Alford, yesterday and today voting, not to defund these rogue judges that are blocking Trump's legislation from being enforced or implemented. And then you see him voting to keep funding these non-government organizations that are taking our tax money and giving it to Democrats or giving it to, Somalians that can't spell learning.
Yeah.
And so we're just tired of those kinds of things. But, we've been in Jefferson City. We were in Jefferson City last week, and, we're working hard to try to keep our elections safe and try to keep our budget small and trying to get rid of our taxes.
What do you think happens, though? I mean, because seriously, I've said it a million times. If I were to go in to politics or a run or something, I would sincerely stick to what I said I was going to do, and I don't think that's it. I don't think it's that hard. So what happens to these people that have these, or maybe they don't really mean it when they say it to begin with? But why do they go in saying one thing when then all of a sudden over the course of time just totally change what they've said and just become part of the swamp, so to speak? What happens?
Well, I think they go in there and they sometimes. I think a lot of the representatives and senators, particularly at the state level, some of them do adhere to their principles of smaller government and less taxes and trying to reform education and things. The problem is that we don't really have enough of them, and so they capitulate because the issue is that a lot of times we don't support their reelection campaigns, and so they have to go where the money is, and unfortunately that means making them take votes that they probably would go against on a grand scheme of things, but they figure, well, it's just one vote, so therefore I can do this. But the issue is that one vote always has huge implications when it comes to getting legislation across, because everything has consequences, down the line. And so either you're blocking something or watering it down because you want to go along to get along. You don't want to be a thorn on anybody's side because you want your bill that's not in your committee to get passed. And so it's a lot of horseplay, which makes it hard for people like us to go down and try to keep keep the legislators focused on things, because they're constantly bombarded by all these special interest groups advocating for their little piece of the pie. And the problem is that pie it sometimes can take away from someone, and so therefore they got to try to figure out how to slice it up to where it's more that they still get their piece.
And again, I guess it all becomes part of. I understand there has to be compromise, like anything, if you're going to get anything done. But at the same time, I think there's a difference between compromise and just totally selling out, which it seems like a lot of these guys and gals seem to do. What do you think now? We've got this situation with possibly getting rid of the state income tax. I mean, there's obviously going to have to be some way of coming up with that revenue that won't be there, which will probably be sales taxes. What's your take on all that?
Yeah, I think that's probably where we're heading towards, which is fine. They're Texas, Tennessee, Florida, they don't have income taxes, and they're a lot of their government's funded by sales tax. I think the big thing that needs to happen with the sales tax or with the elimination of the income tax is that there has to be a reduction in spending tied to that, because there's not enough your economy it's going to grow when you get rid of the income tax. It'll grow when you get rid of the personal property tax.
Mm-hmm.
And the sales tax, it's based on your purchasing habits and stuff, and so you get to determine what your tax rate will be when you shop,
right.
And so, are you buying that Maserati because you can, or are you buying more of an Audi or something, basically because you're going to pay a lot higher sales tax on the Maserati than you are on an Audi. And so the issue here is, is that going to change your preferences on things based on the sales tax portion? But it's also going to free up a lot of money. And so, but the issue here is that the government has got to start contracting. I was just looking at Kehoe's budget, and he's proposing $53 billion in spending. And it's like, you just said that we're running over a fiscal cliff here, and yet you're jumping without a parachute on this budget. And it's like, we're going to be faced with $15 billion in budget cuts in the next couple of years here.
And I thought that we had a surplus at one point. I mean, so didn't we?
We did, but because of Lincoln Huff being in charge of the spending on the budget on the Senate side, he spent that down. I think we're down to like $1 billion or something, or $30 million in a surplus that used to be like a $600 million surplus. Yeah. So we've spent that because we want to take responsibility away from people and give it to the government, and we need to be giving it back to the people instead of having the government do it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, let me ask you about this, and I don't know how much you know how it. Maybe you do know more than I do, obviously. But this whole Chiefs thing, okay? We're going to build the dome, or we're going to try to keep Kansas City, the Chiefs here in Missouri, and they had all these measures, and they were going to put all this money towards the improvements and all this. Well, as we all know, I mean, the Chiefs are now moving over to Kansas. What happened to all that money that was earmarked for this stadium improvement and all that? Can't that be just redistributed back into the state?
Well, I mean, it probably was never dispersed because it was hinged upon the Chiefs actually staying in Kansas with those tax breaks. And so there is a couple of legislators that have pushed to repeal all of those tax cuts or tax credits, because they weren't tax cuts, they were tax credits and state funding. So there's a couple bills to repeal all of that now, since the Chiefs have decided to flee to Kansas, for greener pastures. But we'll see if it actually is greener pastures. But but that money was never spent. It was to be spent if they were to stay.
Okay, so that's that. The money is still there. So I mean, it's not okay. It's not. So it's not a matter of okay.
But we're spending like $25 or $30 million for something for University of Missouri when they have a $2.6 billion endowment fund. Yeah. I mean, why are we shouldn't have to pay for anything with regards to the Missouri University system when they have endowment funds that they can live off the interest, and fund their colleges and fund a lot of their degree programs and, their special purchases that they need. We don't need to be funding these. We don't need to be funding public education at the levels that we're doing. Public school enrollment has been decreasing over the last 5 years, and yet we're spending more and our kids are getting dumber. So we're not getting the return on the investment, yet we're wanting to throw more money at it. And I don't really know how that works. Where in any business do you get lousy service and then still want people to give you more money?
Well, the post office, too. So maybe if the post office gets together with the educational industry, and I call it an industry because it is, maybe they can both just kind of implode. What do you think?
Well, that's about the people graduating from high schools is about the only thing they're qualified for is to become mailmen.
Yeah, well, you don't have to do anything if you do that. Yeah, I guess it all goes hand in hand. Well, you got any last words you'd like to share with us? Some improvements you'd like to see that we haven't touched upon, or what else you have coming up?
Well, the big thing that the big thing that we're focusing on right now is the 2026 elections. We're gearing up, and so we've got the Missouri 82 Alliance where we're targeting 2025 open current Republican seats where the Republicans had a C or less when it comes to their conservative ratings. And so we're encouraging people to go to Missouri82alliance.com, join up and help us elect these conservatives to these seats and basically flip these seats from Democrat to Republican, and so that we can get people in there that are going to cut the budget, that are going to reform education, and do the things that they say they're going to do versus just lip service.
Yeah, that's just, I guess, again, going back to what we were talking about, that's kind of my biggest gripe is that, again, and if it's something, and just be honest about it too. I mean, if somebody were to come out and say, hey, look, I went in with these intentions, but this is all the stuff that I'm facing now. I have to deal with these knuckleheads that I got to compromise with. I'm doing my best here, but I'm just tired of lip service, as you said. It's like just basically people go in and then they just totally flip-flop and change, and it's like, I think it just really... It makes what am I voting for? I mean, if it's not even going to matter. So I mean,
and I think the issue here is that I don't, particularly in the state legislature, I don't really think that they're flip flopping. A lot of times it's Democrats running as Republicans.
Yeah.
Because because the special interest groups are supporting them, and so therefore they say conservative things, but we know that they're not really conservative. As I always say, they're Democrats dressed up in Republican drag.
Right.
And so, that's the issue that we have. That's what we're seeing with Congress. Oh yeah, I'm a Trump Republican, but then they vote against Trump's agenda. So you can't really say you're a Trump Republican.
Yeah, well, hey, maybe that's our secret. Maybe we all go in, we run as Democrats, but then we all vote Republican. What do you think of that? What if we give them a taste of their own medicine, Byron?
That would be great. Oh, we've tried that in St. Louis City. Unfortunately, it hasn't really worked too well.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the city is booming. So, no, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, it hasn't worked too well at all. Yeah. Wah, wah.
Not yet.
Yeah,
we're working on it. We're working on it.
I know. Well, hey, Byron, thanks for joining me. I hope you'll join me again soon. You're always a wealth of information, and I really appreciate it.
Well, I always appreciate the opportunity. And again, we encourage people to go to freedomprincipalmo.org or Missouri82alliance.com and help us elect new conservatives to the Missouri State Legislature.
You got it, my friend. I appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
I know Byron Keelin is excited to eliminate all sorts of red tape, and the one thing that I need to happen immediately is getting rid of inspections on cars to renew temp tags. Nobody is even doing this based on the amount of temp tags I see from 2022 out there. On New Year's Day, my plates expired. Right at midnight, and so I knew I was going to have the late fee. But the one thing that delayed me was I was dreading having to get these inspections.
Right.
Because I knew for a fact if I called Dobbs, they're going to find something wrong.
Yeah, sure they
will.
Don't
trust Dobbs.
No, that's what they do.
I'm just in there for a safety inspection. Like, nope, your tie rod fluid's out.
Yeah. And
what does Eric say? Our good friend Eric. What does he say?
He says Dobbs robs.
Oh my gosh.
That's what he says. It's like it's almost like a slogan. But here's the thing. Are you a car guy? Because I think they have. Okay, I'm not either, and I have no problem just saying that. But they know when you go in there. Okay, because if you don't have a clue, they'll say, oh yeah, like your ball bearing air pressure's low, and it's like, oh okay, and so you could say anything. It's kind of like a doctor. Oh, you have to have it's like the appendage to your spleen looks infected. We better take that out. It's like you could say anything and you're just going to do it. And the same thing with your car. You know what I mean?
I called Jiffy Lube and they answer the phone with, you can't even understand them. They say, hey, this is Jiffy Lube. We don't do safety or emissions. And even though he said that, I had to go, are you saying you don't do safety? That's the thing you answer the phone with is that we don't. That's how many people call you every day.
Right.
Is that you can't get it removed from Google Maps or your website. So just every day you answer the phone, hey, Jiffy Lube, we don't do safety or emissions. And still, I asked the guy, you saying you don't do it? And so that was awful. No Jiffy Lube, no Dobbs. There's this place down the street on Page by the radio station called Speed Emissions.
Speed Emissions.
Speed Emissions. The first review on Google Maps says, bring a lawn chair. You're going to be waiting for 2 hours.
Does it really?
My goodness. And then the guy down the street in my neighborhood in Dogtown, they just don't work weekends. Finally I said, all right, I'm just going to go up there on Monday. The guy said, yeah, I'll get you in right now.
And that was that.
Just trust your local guy. Find a guy. Go to him. Don't trust Dobbs or Jiffy Lube or Speedy Emissions.
Do you know the Chinese place that we order from, you know how they answer the phone?
How do they say?
We'll call up once, so maybe a low main or something like that. They'll say, Channel 1, we not serve cat. we not serve cat.
Yeah, but if you did, would it be really good? Does it have ESG, this cat?
I may have.
So I've
know.
renewed my plates for 2 more years, and basically by the time next year, this time of year, the whole plate thing could be not even involved. No more tests. You just renew your plates online. You don't have to get any safety tests anymore.
Just wait. It pays to wait. I mean, or maybe it saves to wait.
If I'd have just waited a year, driven with expired tags,
just do it like everybody else. Hey, all the cool kids are doing it. You know, and just do that, because you can buy. I think it's not Spencer's anymore because they're out of business. But I think at Walgreens you can just buy pads of those like temp tags.
Yeah,
and you just like they're like Post-it notes, and you just like stick one on. You know, and that's what you do, and you say, hey, look, sure, it's from 1968, but it's a tag, isn't it?
Are you talking about Spencer's Gifts from the mall with all the nudie stuff?
Yeah, you got to go back in the whole back area.
Oh, the back stuff. I was actually in a Spencer Gifts last year. And they had pasta in the shape of peepees.
Get out of here.
They had pee pasta.
Pee-pee
and I thought,
pasta?
that'd be fun. I bet it
Pino
tastes
pasta?
off. Pee pasta.
What,
Penne.
Pino pennies? Wow. Well, I don't think I need that. Jeez, I have a joke that could go a lot, with that deals with Arby's, but I'm not going to talk about it because
we have the meat curtains.
We have the meat. You seen that clam on top of the gold tower?
Oh, of course. We love Westport.
We do.
But I need a break, and that's why I'm currently on a boat right now. Please don't
How
rob
is the
me.
boat, by the way? Because if you're on the boat, I mean, seriously, and all of a sudden you're, that's like what is that, the alarm? Was that a good alarm?
Todd and I actually, we went in on a really expensive Virgin cruise for me because they give you the internet for free so that we could record while I was on vacation because it needs to be live and up to date. And that's why all the people you heard from today had breaking news.
Yeah.
And this wasn't pre-recorded a couple weeks ago.
No, everything we do here is live. And this is one of the few shows, I think it's the only show at this entire station where we have not missed a show. A lot of people, a best of or a repeat. Have we ever, in the going on 3 years? No, we are
never
dedicated to our listeners. And it doesn't matter if we're in a plane, on a boat, like on top of the 3rd floor rotunda of the Capitol, getting our heads thrown off. We do this show. And even though you are now floating out in the middle of the Gulf of America, this show is going on as we speak.
And I'm not going to mention the one where you are fresh out of eyeball surgery, so hideous to look at, no guest would come on, so we recorded a brand new intro and outro and had some best of interviews, but that was just because you were so ugly.
Well, it didn't do any. I'm still ugly. It's just I just happen to be here now. That's how it goes. Well, even though you are on a boat, have you had a good time today?
Had a wonderful time.
Is the entertainment good on the boat?
I hope so. I saw a lot of advertisements for those women that wear pasties.
Oh, yeah.
What is that called? Where they don't get all the way nude and they just try and do a theme dance to some movies.
I think they call it Sojay, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, have you had a good time today?
I had a wonderful time.
I did too. Well, try not to say
burlesque. That's what it's called.
That's
burlesque.
What they do. And on that note, well, you know what we always say, don't you?
In tandem.
If you don't have a right mind, you don't have a mind at all. Till next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. To find out about all things Todd, go to toddsprod.com. We will see you next Saturday night at 5 p.m. right here on 101.9 94.1 News Talk STL and always streaming online at newstalkstl.com.